Is there anything worse than being hot and being unable to cool down? When there's those stretches in summer and you just find 30-degree day after 30-degree day, or if you're in the West, 35 degrees, 40 degrees, day after day, and you have no respite, and you can't afford to outlay, $1,000 for an air conditioner, what about an evaporative cooler that is portable just like this one? Now, I know it's hard to imagine that this is going to provide you with much relief, but what it's actually doing is providing you a personal air conditioning system. So it's designed to be something that you can use for yourself rather than for trying to cool an entire area. So if you're one of those people who, when it gets really hot, this is you on the lounge, like this, going, oh my gosh, I can't move because it's too hot. Then imagine putting a little table in front of you or putting it on the coffee table and setting this running. And what you're going to have is this beautiful, cool air coming directly on you. Now, this is actually an evaporative air cooler. So as distinct from just your standard fan, which is just going to blow all that hot air around you, this is actually cooling the air. So it is operating as an evaporative air cooler. That's exactly what it is. So I'll take you through. Firstly and foremostly, simple. You've got one little switch down the bottom. It gives you two options in terms of speeds, three options otherwise. Off is one, low or high. We're on high at the moment. Easy for you to switch through, no problem at all. Now, with those settings, depending on whether you run it on low or high, you can get between 8 and 10 hours of evaporative cooling on one tank of water. Okay, so let me tell you where the water is and how this all works. By the way, while I'm here, these are adjustable, so you can actually direct the air to where you would like it to go. And then you probably, actually that was great because you can see the fan inside. Shall I show you again in close up? You can see the fan again start to, there you go. And that's it inside there. But also what you can see if I turn it like that are these white blades. And they are actually, that is the filter itself, but also you soak that in water so that it's wet, and then it also provides part of this evaporative cooling system. And a lot of people will remember the evaporative cooling style because we used to have them in the walls of houses for years and years, and obviously you can still have them now in portable styles. But what you've got here is a water tank, and this, as I said to you, when it's full, it's 1 litre. When it's full, it'll take 1 litre of water, and it will give you 8 to 10 hours, depending on whether you're running on low or high, of evaporative cooling, which means that you can turn this on in your bedroom or over your bed before you're about to go to bed. When you wake up in the morning, switch it off. You've just given yourself a night's sleep that perhaps you would never dream of in the middle of summer. And it is expensive for you to buy a full-blown air conditioning system, even if it's one that's just mounted in the wall. You're talking hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So this is a great way, especially if you're just someone that's on your own and you just want an inexpensive way of running something that you can just use personally. Now, this is the filter itself. You just soak this in water before you get started, and then it just simply slots back in. That's why there's a bit of water dripping there, because it is actually wet. And then inside is your fan and all of the other workings of it. So all in all, really simple. This is a no-brainer. No-brainer. It means that it's going to make your life just that little bit easier in those hot conditions. And you know what the great thing about air cooling, rather than just using a fan, is that you get all the benefits of reducing the humidity. So you're not just drawing out or recirculating the air, you're cooling the air, and you're also drawing that humidity out as well. So it's an evaporative air cooler. Fantastic way to keep cool.